It's up and working. Huh? My finish your thought.
So rapidly, their expertise is being they have the cipher element.
MC and DJs because they got the lounge. Oh yeah, we good. So and just sharing, like we've been glitching over here on Restream for the past few days, and the glitch is done. Oh, two people already joined in. I'm one of them though. So Rapidly has the producers and it has the MCs or the DJs and the MCs. Uh, um, the For the Feminu, also known as Andrea, the Black AF, they have the commerce, and they have the commerce and uh, the artists, like the from the culinary arts to the arts.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? I was saying.
Um, Andrea and For the Feminu, they have the queer community, and they also have DJs with DJ Eve and Vegan Thoughts. So they have their set of DJs, but they have the artist community, culinary arts, and then they also have the visual artists, um,
Commerce.
commerce as well, teaching people how to build and network and do events and the ins and outs. Uh, the other group was Wes. They're doing the networking aspect. Wes and Charged Up Noah, like they are the ones that are curating these networking types of.
Wes is the one who documented.
Yeah, he's the yeah, but he's the one also that had the networking event at Charged Up. The event that we went to with RVA Rap Elite, that first event.
He was the one who hosted that.
Yeah,
The engineer.
that was the second one. Yeah, that's
Okay, I didn't
yeah.
even see him there, but he may have came later.
Nah, he was there. It was him and his
Oh,
wife
that's
was
right.
there.
That's right. She was the candle person.
Mm-hmm.
So media and networking.
Yeah, the media networking, and they bring the science aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
Charged Up, he has the youth, the hip hop community. He's also the MC world, and then he brings in the international flair from the VA to the Bay, along with the Taoism. Uh, you also had you said the social justice superhero.
Mm-hmm.
He brings in the social justice knowledge
The
and
government.
the government and the actual being a superhero, like a real life superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has real life theme music. It's super awesome. So, and like I said, 369 Mindset Consultant, speak freely, speak freely. It holds the media. If you wrote this down already,
Mm-hmm.
Speak Freely is the media platform that this is presenting and being able to capture, because we're all doing media. We all should do media, but the Speak Freely Media collective is what's getting it out to the international.
Mm-hmm.
Like our ability to already like put in the plant and the plant the seeds about, you already have West Coast artists that know about the RVA rapidly,
Mm-hmm.
so that when we do want to create hubs and circuits, like the tour aspect, one of the main things, like at our discussion when we had it in Jersey, right, on the indigenous workshop. What was it called again?
Um,
Nation building and wealth generation.
I think it was indigenous wealth building.
Okay, when we had that, we left them with 5 networking moments that they can use and look at how to put these people into these characters. What we did yesterday with the algorithm to touring, right? Letting people know they make their money on tour. They go on tour to build out their influence and presence in these different areas. Similar to what Juno says, like, yo, now I'll he's dodging the ability to want to be a streamer, but in the same time, he's like, yo, I like live to live engagement, face to face. That's the same thing with telling the artists that they have to go on some type of tour in their region and around eventually to go around Abayella to go in these places, so that to be able to share their message, their mission. So being able to show people how to go on tour and do it effectively, attract the team to do this tour, and so that you don't have to do this by yourself. Like that's the main thing that what we're delivering while doing this co-op event. It's a community-based event, but it's focused for the leaders, the people, and that the people that we bring together. They already have established networks, so they have email lists. They just have to send out a message. They already have, like, this is what the lady asks, what does keeping it real, or what is your street cred, your rep is, right? All these people have reps. They all have reps in the field in areas where community, and they all have their own thing. Now being able to show how it all can gel, and this could be once a quarter or something, but creating a summit atmosphere where the panel discussions make sense, where the leaders are discussing XYZ, and then
So I'm thinking that this, what you're talking about right now, is the material that's going to be shared during the conversation. And what we need to focus on right now is making sure that we have the elements put together so that we can not just organize it, but also
that's not just shared on that's not just shared with the panel. It's we got to share this to them. We got to present this to them. Just like you told me, I got a message.
yeah, yeah, we're on the same page.
And career cheerleader as well. She has the network. She's another media person. She also brings the coaching aspect.
Charged Up does community outreach as well.
Mm-hmm.
Kara's entrepreneurship.
Yo, it's crazy. This say 3 people watching, and that say nobody's watching. People already loved it. I appreciate it. It's a different one. But yeah, like the discussion period, like you just wrapping up, like the meeting has been wrapped. You are now using our words so that you can scribe, because we were just doing a wrap up, a recap of what we need to do. And this is the thing, you see this as the Speak Freely event. And I'm like, yo, I know we got 2 months to be able to be intentional with who we pull together after we roll out this information. And I'm just planting a seed for them to do it.
No, this is not a Speak Freely event.
Yeah, so
no.
So it's just the seed for that, and this is how we manifest pulling these groups together. If they're on board, then we can start manifesting with all of them. That's why, like, that's why I'm going so much into saying this is what you have to explain to them. This is it. This is the people that we want to come together. We want to set up either a Zoom call. I'm just reaching out to you to see if you're interested in your dates of availability. We appreciate what you bring to hip hop. Like I said, we're inviting them to the table, and then being able to roll it out. I want to go deeper in regards to what all these people do once people say they're down or not. That's why being able to, what I'm talking to you about, one of the dances is talk to, I think his name is Narcy. Narcy is the dancer that threw the event that we was with 7 with all those dancers. Because like I said, it's just pulling those leaders from those different elements so that these elements can be visible when we have the showcase. And it's not just a summit with a bunch of people coming and talking. It's not just an MC. The niggas is just rapping. Nah, niggas is doing live art. They have their art set up. They're doing live art. They're showing, they're telling the story of now. And it's dope because Versus started integrating this shit. The first place that I spoke at, the Motivate, they did that shit. That's why I met E and J. He had his art set up. We doing an open mic and he's painting in the art.
And being able to identify tonight who from the Versus crew that we can invite to this panel as well.
Bruh, like that's it. Like
Jess. She's connected with.
She's connected with a ton. Like she's MC. Like Jess would be one of the MCs, and like have the top MCs like come in and do and talk about MC versus like MC, master of ceremony versus the master of this mic ceremony.
And so this is not the panel discussion you're talking about. This is the event that gets thrown.
Yeah, so we're not going any more further with the panel discussion in regards to, like, right now we're just talking about the people that we want to bring in. They're getting alerted now that because we're having this conversation. As we roll out the content from our tour, we can talk about this more. We got great big project coming up, hip hop project coming up before we leave the Bay, before we leave VA to go to the Bay. This is where like that slogan VA to the Bay, that shit lit. That shit that I put in my freestyles because I actually did that. So the people that I just named to you, 7 with the Melodic family, Charged Up with the Charged Up family, Andrea with the for the Fem and You. We could have right now tentative Jess representing Versus, and then Radio B represent RVA rapidly.
Noah
and
representing Charged Up, Kara representing entrepreneurship, Wes being network, and they just all have
the quantum networking. We call it quantum networking because we're creating, and then everybody get to see. Oh, okay, da da da. And then, like I said, inviting. This is where we get to commune in with the other leaders of the community, like the engaged, the foundations that are actively out here doing some things. Get in front of everything before something in the water. Something in the water is in April.
Okay.
And that's a major concert on in Virginia Beach. I haven't been to something in the water yet. I'd love to go and be in and around the atmosphere around this time. So having our truck on the road for that moment be lit. I missed it last year.
Okay.
So like I said, what I'm discussing right now is just our next step is to just let them know about our idea. What you're doing is manifesting the whole thing. And you're manifesting the panel, you're manifesting this, and like I said, we just started talking about them yesterday, in regards to the idea coming together. I'm still completing my tour, and so it's cool. I'm grateful.
So it makes sense to continue this conversation more after the tour.
Exactly, and it makes sense to continue the conversation after we reach out to the people. Because then we get to talk about the people that are actually on it. Because the thing about it is, the way quantum entanglement works is when you think about somebody, you bring their into your frequency. So I'm thinking about these people we've engaged with over the past few months since we've been on the East Coast. There's only like 1 or 2 other open mics that we went to that wasn't involved with the people that we've been to the events with. I'm not going spreading my energy everywhere because then I'll be in a bunch of fights like Juno.
Or equivalently, I mean, because then it just takes up space for distractions.
That's it. So them going through what they went through, a wake up call, talking about. We just had a spat this morning. Like, who's gonna take up space during our rituals? The ancestors. Right. Whatever ancestors on their shit. And remember that God don't know how to defend God. God just be God. God caused the fires, the floods, all the shit that happened, but it's because of whatever man is susceptible at the time. We're now our battle is for the consciousness of the minds, the youth, being able to get in front of the pedophilic shit, being able to actually establish hubs for this, because this is where we roll out what, like in our panel discussion. Because once we get them people in, now we can start telling them what we did. Like, what you did that? Look, God's amongst men. Artist, musician, the opportunity. Yo, I literally just got it. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Guess who just sent me $100? Motherfucking high fucking high wave.
That's lit.
Nigga, what? Yo, literally, this is what, like I said, the conversation with Juno and all that, us getting past. That's how you're like, literally, I got an email about Guys Amongst Men talking about artists, talking about what we're about to do, right? Because these devices listen to everything we're doing. So, and then it just cleared up and we got our versus money. Lit.
Talking on mission shit.
And like I said, I sent out my first messages about how people can give me a birthday wish. Nigga, like, I don't care about your wishes. Assist this mission.
And I get and this is where I'm starting to understand how we communicate, right? Because it's like, I wear this crown because I earned every jewel in it. Okay, I am. I'm going to another level.
I wear this crown because I earned every jewel in it on my Thanos shit, nigga.
And I get more how our because I'm a projector, you generate the energy, but I'm supposed to create these manifestations. I'm
Yes,
supposed to.
yes, and that's why having. Go ahead. You want some more to that? Hey, the music just came back in. You supposed to create them, but that's why you got to know why you're creating them. That's why I be asking, why'd you do that?
Well, I
Because
mean, it's always for the mission.
it's not always for the mission.
Absolutely, it is.
I'm telling you that your people slide shit in. We've already caught them. It's like
But this is also like we're in a business discussion. I know I'm on my shit right now.
I listen. I'm just bringing up. That's why I ask you certain things. You're in defense on. You are always projecting. You've been projecting for your family all your life. You think
But
you gonna
listen,
shut it off?
I'm in this moment.
I don't. You don't separate them.
In this moment, like
You don't separate them when we did casting and out that spell that you caused yesterday. That my people spilled blood for today. They spilled blood yesterday. So it's no separation. So you could speak how you desire to speak on you manifest for missions. You don't only manifest for our mission, you manifest for many missions. You work for nonprofit organizations in the Bay. I just told you our money just came through the Bay. That's the first birthday gift I got outside of like, actually, I take it back. Key gave me my first gift. You and baby did a gift. Actually, y'all woke up and gave me a gift, affirmations. But the first physical, earthly, pinnacle gift that we got on our birthday came from the Bay. So, like I said, man, you manifest for missions. That's why we're giving this to you, but we got to pull in the rest of our people. But you're like, yo, nah, come on. No, nah, Deli God and them going to fucking manifest a summit. They've been doing that. Manifesting off all our engagements. So I told you my Aries is out. My ass is out, bro. So you want to separate what you're doing and what you've done. And I'm like, this is what you consistently do. You're a projector. You manifest for missions. If that makes any sense.
mm-hmm.
So you want to continue to talk about what here in the mission? Can you see how you try to control what we talk about and what we don't talk about?
No. I mean, I know that in terms of my powers, like my power is to project forward.
But I don't work that way. I know.
So me expressing it to you is That's what I was gonna say.
That's
like me expressing it to you is outside of like that fucks up your world, but that doesn't.
No,
mean
but,
it's not necessary.
bro, it's cool for your world. But when you put it out in our world, I'm gonna let you know. Yep. So in that, right, and that's when you said I'm just talking about. Well, talk about that, but I'm letting you know you manifest for mad people shit, and we're actually doing one of your spells right now that I just found out about at the end of the day. Manifesting to unearth somebody is a manifestation. Just like trying to in Full Metal Alchemist. When you doing our writing is alchemy. What you're doing right now is alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we asked you to be a scribe. But just have to just know that you're scribing for all the missions. And as you clear out the place, that's why we tell you to do other things like make milk or do other shit that is outside of their vibrational norm. It's everything everywhere all at once.
And me, but that's the thing. It's like me, because I'm connected to the Bay. It's like, and this is where the conversation between vengeance and non-vengeance is, right? It's like I have no reason to be vengeful for them. And,
yeah, bro, you just put out a hit on your family. So you can talk that shit all you want. You just put out a hit on your family. Spiritual. So I'm just sharing with you, just because you don't want to portray your vengeance, it's cool. Perfectly fine with us. But you do though. So like I said, man, I just that like we're getting derailed because you wanna Chris, what up, homie?
whatever.
You did miss it. You missed it though. Listen, no, he didn't get beat up. He fought. Listen, like, how you gonna say you didn't miss it on purpose?
Left the house at 8 o'clock. I said I had. He asked me before he even left. When it was it? I told him 9. He did not come back. You can ask him. I'm for real.
Yo, it's the great thing about it, right? My birthday will be here in 364 days. But before that, melodic happens every Monday.
So we could go again next week.
I'm so nervous, guys.
Bro, nervous of what? Like, can we hear your poem? Can I hear it since I didn't get to hear it yesterday for my birthday?
Look and check the bottle drawer.
Okay, for moving all that stuff.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh. That has to be knowing shit. That means you're a legal chattel of the United States Corporation. Just know.
Yeah. I'm a little jacked up.
But I want to hear your poem.
I'm nervous.
Come on, bro. I want to hear it. It ain't nobody in here but space and opportunity. All right. So today, right? Today, right?
Today.
All right.
I got it. If I'm gonna be turned around, don't look at me.
What? I can close my eyes and still look at you.
If you turn around,
So yeah, man. No, I gotta hear so I can see. But I know you don't have vengeance for them. But I'm actively cleansing the Bay. We're talking about from VA to the Bay. They're not gonna suck on my people's energy without catching the other vibration that comes with it.
And this is why the difference of our avatars, right? It's
Uh-huh.
like I'm supposed to be sucked on. The manifestations that I create, they assist and allow for people to be able to, like, this is us making space for the people to come back so that they actually have
Like I said, we are in boot camp. This is the first day of boot camp. You still going back. You keep going back. Like I didn't tell you, we are heading straight into war, and this is the first event of a war. You're like, yeah, they're gonna come back. Yeah, they coming through the filtering process. They could either get drafted like Bubba, or they could join up like Forrest did after they graduate.
And this is where the difference in our sight, right? It's like I have sight. That's my power.
Yes. So my thing is, if you had sight that aligns with the person that is generating the energy from this,
It does, but it's just you keep.
It didn't this morning during our rituals. Like, so from one moment to the next, it's a 369. I told you, I'm not here to just say that it's about positivity and making room, and I'm only doing this for the mission. I've watched you not do it for the mission. I watch you have do it for the mission. That's why I said I'm better off saying you're doing it for missions, regardless if they're unaware allies or they're allies, direct or not. The moment that you say that you're just doing it because this is what my avatar, okay, cool. I know your people.
I'm a bridge builder.
Your people, and you keep building bridges to places that you say send an airstrike to, and then you get into our frequency of, like I said, my vengeance. What I'm doing right now is not vengeance. I got vengeance. I just posted something on Facebook about fuck America. My vengeance isn't violent. My vengeance is very intense. Like what we're doing right now is built on the vengeance and love. It's a vengeance of a nation and the love of a nation. The reason that all of our indigenous got wiped out because they doing what you saying that I should let slide. And I'm not letting you slide with it. I'm not letting anybody slide with it. That's why we had the conversations was funny to you with Juno, but that was a war talk. And Chris's poem will add to it. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I told you I'm in war mode. So like I get you, soldier, captain, corporal, lieutenant, 2-star general. How many stars you got? You see how many stars K-San put on the message to me, right? He wasn't doing that at first. He's doing it more now because we've worked and we've been vengeful and we've been intentional. So like, yeah, man, I know our styles are different. I'm not trying to change it, but I know what I hear and what's going on. And if you bring any inauthentic sounds to our meetings, we check it. Because you keep, like I said, you keep opening the back door for them in the midst of cleansing out their shit. And I keep telling you, we closing the black back door on everybody. Yep, you in a bridge. I've been bridging all morning. That's why I said, like, yeah, we're not in alignment. Like, I've been doing what you said you're doing all morning. So, like, this meeting, it wasn't about that, but it went that way because I corrected your sound exchange. And I had to raise my voice and how you say sit with your back straight up so the air can hear you. I slouch for a reason. That's so other people can enjoy this air up there.
It makes no sense. Why would you do that?
Because just the same reason why I make my face the way it is. The same
And
reason
why
I
would
grow.
you dim
Because my light is very fucking bright. And right
But
now,
that's a broken algorithm because
how is like you asked me why and I gave you the answer.
If you're actively closing yourself down so that other people can have space,
I
that's
balance.
that's the brokenness of the algorithm.
You can call it broken. I just call it how
That's why in terms of
yo, like
you shouldn't have to dim your light for anybody.
I hear you, but I'm good on it. I'm so good on it. Like
That's-
you
that's what
Blanca.
That's what you just said, bro. Like you just said that you slouch your shoulders so other people have more space to breathe. That makes no sense.
If
That
you,
makes no sense for self-love.
but like
Why would you dim your light so that other people
so
can
that
have their
because
light? And that's why when you go at other people's light, because you do that for yourself. You put everything on your shoulders and you don't actually give yourself the space
being
to breathe.
in the front line, right? I watch where my light shines. And like, yeah, I'm shining right now. And I shined in the middle of your meditation. I shined. I shined when I just got really intentional about how you've been using our energy for the mission. I just shined for a couple seconds. And like I said, you went into immediate defense mode. Me shining,
and that's what happens with me when you this is where it is. Because we're both at a point where we think that shining our light means that other people are taking it from us.
No,
Both
I
of us
don't
are-
mean. Look, I'm
That's
telling
literally
you.
what you just said.
No,
I hunch my shoulders so that other people have space to breathe.
What are you trying to prove with this statement? Because I'm communicating my algorithm of how I navigate the hood, like how I navigated to get these people onto this list. I'm communicating it, and even with the shining,
And you asked me why these people can hear me and see me. It's because I'm actively not.
I know.
Hunching my shoulders.
I know because you came out into entitlement. You was brought up in it.
And
so like I
wrong
listen,
with that, bro.
I peacock.
I'm entitled to love myself. I'm entitled to shine my light.
This is awesome.
One of the things that somebody told me, they highly melanated, queer, very, very outspoken.
Are they me? Because if they not me, I don't really give a fuck. That's the crazy dope thing about it. Because where I am right now, you can point it out, you can say it, but if they not me and they ain't vibrate through my frequency, I don't give a fuck. Because I've created the algorithm that I'm creating to bloom how I'm blooming. And you keep pointing out to me that my vibration is wrong. Like you're finding why you just told me it didn't make sense to you. I'm not here to make sense to you. I'm here to be me.
As someone who's talking about self-love all the time.
No, I don't talk about self-love all the time. I call self-love in when I do my mantras. That's the thing. I already
self-love.
No, I already
manifest
more self-love. So you know what self-love means? I know what I'm saying and what I'm doing when other vibrations are interjected. I know why I raised up. Because like I said, I saw what you were doing with our mission just now. And you tried to say you wasn't doing it. And in doing that, we caught you and we said, no, it's not for everybody's mission right now. No, Deli God and Faywa and Kanita, no, they're not getting as much right now. No, I don't give a fuck if Kyle called the ceasefire. They didn't raise those white flags to fucking join our mission. They ain't get recruited yet. So I'm talking to all those Bay Area energies. Like the moment the money came in, you thought you was going to jump right back in. And like you said, I downplay you. Like you gonna downplay my shrugging. I walk like this because I got my dick heavy, my nuts heavy. Not because I need to take anybody light. Like I said, I just talked to my niece and my brother. I'm really in my family world right now. And they keep having comfortable, uncomfortable moments, but there's coming through in moments where we be ourselves. So like I said, my security or insecurity, I've been very intentional with unfolding into worlds. I grew up in this crab in the barrel ass world. I'm not walking 20 feet tall all my seconds. No, I walk, I come, I'm in the middle, I walk, I come, I touch the tree. I'm not touching trees all day. I'm not just being on flowers and shit all. No, I'm not. I don't have to. I can be. You asked me why I stretch my shoulder. I said the same reason I grow my facial hair out. The same way I'm unkempt. The same way I wear the same clothes for multiple days. Cause I don't give a fuck what people see about this physical. But they know once I stand on my shit that we just transform. And the more that we around, you walk that way. That's why they hear you. Walk that way. That's for you. It's dope. It's rubbing off. But I do me always. And the moment somebody tell me that me doing me is wrong and they don't understand it is the moment that I love myself more. And I let you know exactly why I do me more. I'm not shrugging and lowering down to being underneath anybody's shit anymore. Because like I said,
That's good.
So like I told you, we've been
just transmitted your own communication.
No, it's not a transmutation. I'm communicating to you because you definitely came at us to let us know you should stand up more. I'm like, I've been standing up all day today.
I didn't say stand up at all.
You said no, I shouldn't lower my shoulders. I should sit up taller more. I'm like, yo, I can sit up taller without even having to erect I don't have to peacock.
That's standing up tall is not peacocking.
What did you call it? What do you call shining your light all the time at the highest level? What do you call it? Because I already shine my light by doing what I'm doing every day. I'm in my own free zone. But what do you call it if it's not peacocking? Like Kara said, her ego is allow her to talk about her being a career cheerleader. I really want to know what you call it. Because I'm just I'm calling it
being in alignment.
Okay, that's dope. Because alignment is the assignment. So sometimes we're in humble alignments because this is humble, and then sometimes we are in not so humble. We're egoic. Like you know how many times you called me egoic and narcissistic in the past couple of days? Quite a few, and that's because we're being in our alignment. Because alignment is my assignment.
And the thing is, it's like, this is where I just know I got to stay on my shit because you be contradicting yourself all the time.
Yes, that's a part of our communication if it's 369. You should already get this. But I know that you're building off your case off of prior to us saying we're going back into boot camp. You're building your case off of to you having this baby. You're building your case off of everyone seeing us as a family. You're building this case off not a soldier. But you want to sit up and engage with soldiers. You could have, like I said, you and Andrea and them are the same one. Y'all the same frequencies, but you chose to engage with the masculine vibrations because you have the upper hand. Like I watched you. I watched how you do it. I didn't say I needed to talk to anybody today. Like it's how hard is it to create a message that you're scribing today and send it out to the people? Because you're the assistant and the research and development. You're all of other 5 elements of our nature. So yes, my comms and communication to you will have contradicting sounds, but I'm really on my square. And you've really been trying to tell me that your square sucks. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you.
It's just inconsistent.
Inconsistent with what? What are you basing it to?
In terms of the...
It's inconsistent with what? I've been consistently me this entire time. With being my neurodivergent, I'm a divergent. You want me to be you want me to be a certain one. You want me to be dauntless all the time. No, bitch, I'm a divergent. That is in their Aries bag right now. That just got their first birthday gift a whole 24 hours later than their birthday. And I'm speaking to our assistant in research and development, and they are confused, disarray, and think that our level of leadership is being questioned because I'm inconsistent. Because I've presented contrast for them. Like, you see how I'm talking now? I'm not sitting up straight. You pointed it out in my rap too. You was like, yo, you go into this hunch mode with your raps. Yeah, I know. Because what I'm saying is like really up here. I really want to jump down there on the stage with them so I can get lower because I am on a fucking throne. Like, you don't think your parents' energy is having an effect in our engagement right now?
I know it is. And I know that all of your families are too.
Exactly. So I don't listen to my family. Like, I don't have the allegiance to my family. My family has to listen to me. And that's what we've been doing this entire time. This is why flushing out the business meeting, right? This is why mission and purpose, like, there's no separate. Like I said, you're doing what Tauruses do. Like I said, man, you one of the dopest bullies there is, and you do it in a very like whatever way. Like, it's so not passive aggressive.
I'm a divine bitch.
Yeah, so me too. And like I said, you utilize your avatar that it has advantages. That's why Kula won over real life. That's why I voted for real life. That's why I'm rocking with Corey Ja. That's why I go with 7. These are all vibrations, right? Like I said, we get to just see where your resistance is, where it shows me where you are. I don't give a fuck where you are not with us. I only care where you are with us. You should care about where you are not. That's why we about to roll out this 99-day process. We go to MOIs. We have our accountabilities. We have a schedule. And like I said, I would like to know your breastfeeding schedule so that I can input.
It's based on
Like I said, man, this is your first time breastfeeding, and in that first time breastfeeding, you keep talking about what's into the swell up. Like,
yes.
Like we had a conversation. Look, I've been breastfeeding.
You asked me what my breastfeeding schedule is. I'm basing it off of my body.
You're not making that's saying you're not
listening to my
look,
body.
One of the things about your body, your body, right? When I told you about breastfeeding, when the baby latched, I was like, just see yourself breastfeeding, see the milk coming out. That happens in your mind, and it's a feeling. That's why we're like, yo, go ahead, we fill these 25 bags up so that the baby can.
I cannot.
I'm not. I know you can't do it overnight, but what I'm telling you is that it works in a communication. You communicate to the body, and then the cells listen.
You have no space to.
Why don't I?
Because you have your own ideas and expectations of what you desire of my body.
I what I desire of our family's milk. If you didn't get pregnant, it wouldn't be milk in there. It comes out of your body because we both went through a connection. Like, we both went through these 9 months.
But this is also my.
I don't. It's like I hear you. Your mission, your body. That's why I asked you what your schedule was, and instead of saying.
So when I tell you my schedule is based on what my body is actually.
You're telling me that you don't have a schedule. And you're wrapping it around an esoteric statement, like, because you haven't.
I'm basing it off of what my body is telling me.
You just got this,
it's
right?
Not based off of time.
One of the dope things about, right? I've watched you, right? I've watched you pump more milk in the past 2 days, right? Then I saw you.
I'm developing my schedule. What you want to know about it?
That is the statement that matters.
And I'm doing it based off of listening to my body. You're not in my head. You're not knowing that I'm actively building out shit, but you're actively.
I'm actively influencing. No, I didn't say that. I'm actively influencing you to create a schedule that, because we're about to get on a boot camp schedule, and you're gonna have to take some time apart. And you're going to be spending a little bit more time away from the baby. So we want to have milk set up. And I'm actively influencing how our family is going to go and move, so that when we get to go out and go to verses, we'll have some milks in the bag that you don't have to constantly pull your boob out unless you choose to. So I'm having an influence on the engagement of how we're navigating our family moving forward.
So you asked me what my schedule is. It's based on how much milk my body is creating.
And I'm sharing with you that the intention that you add to it, now that you intend to fill up the bags, right? Then your body will create based off of the time you intend. Like, you keep telling me that you're listening to your body, and I'm like, I'm listening to the ancestors, and the ancestors tell us how to talk to the body. That's why I tell people I have had sex with your 6 other bodies before I've touched you. and you keep putting a block. This is why me asking about your family. When you got a block to something that's not all yours, that milk is the milk of our child. And because I sat and I watched him this morning. And I'm like, yo, this is my first time I really get to look in your eyes while we're feeding. It's so awesome, man. And they're looking back at me in the eyes. They don't look away from me. So, like I said, man, I'm just making suggestions. Just like I'm making suggestions, just like you make suggestions. And when you tell me I don't have any right to what we're doing with our family, or you tell, like, I'm not telling you what to do with your body. No, that's what you said several times. Like I said, your pro women shit that you are on. This is why it's you talking to the fem in you, and not them just talking through me, right? Like I said, I made suggestions, and then you addendumed it because if you feel the energy that goes with it, just like you feel the energy and the pressure for me talking about your filling up 25 bags. So like I said, man, everything we do is with intent. And I told you, I'm a pimp by blood, not relation. Y'all be chase them, I replace them. I match it.
When you told me that you're a pimp, and I said that I got those tendencies as well, like you're
Yeah.
trying to mac a mac.
I am macking them. I have already macked you. I'm not trying. I've already macked you. I've already did it. That's why we got access to your trust fund. That's why the best. That's why you're here right now. I've already done that. And the fact that you think that I'm trying to do it shows us where you are. You didn't like that term. I'm actually macking an influencer because you don't like the term pimp or mac. Just like I said, man, you're not being authentic with your sound exchange. So you're speaking very like we exchanged energy with our war meeting this morning, right? And every question that you asked, you know why I was speaking in between you and Jay? Because if he's telling it to you, right, you're getting all that energy from our family that you really don't have space for. That's why we had to tell you her name multiple times. You just macking a situation. And we keep telling you, stop macking our family. Mac your family. You feel me? Does that make sense? Does that make any sense? What I just said and I just shared about my brother and my goddaughter.
My intention for learning is to be able to learn the family.
It's macking. It's the inner child shit. I know what you're doing. You did it yesterday on the bus with the day walker. It's the same thing you was doing.
But the intention is to
No, but
build connection between the family.
But you're asking questions about a traumatic moment that just happened with no space to hold the trauma. That's why I came and I added the 11.
I was asking about the people involved with it.
You're asking about the traumatic moment. You're making them relive it. I asked them to relive it because I can provide the space that was necessary for it. Now we got a talking point. That's why I was able to talk. Like I said, just like we did yesterday when we left and you started talking about the house and the frequencies and the vibrations. I'm like, why you want to just keep putting it on the people, places, and things that's right around me? Like you're not gonna like I get you. I know what it was. I felt it. Now we're able to articulate it. But your world is your world. It projects and pulls out what's ever in your world. I asked you about your parents being in this conversation so that I know who I can communicate with the moment they try to take my family away or what we're doing with our family. This summit or this event and tonight and everything that we do go forward has to do with establishing a foundation for our family. When you started manifesting for the panel as if it was already done, that lets me know that you got out of this mode. You out there. And I'm like, all right, it's dope to be out there. You ever heard like, don't cast your pearls among swine? Did you ever hear that before? So talking about the event before we bring the other people in an extent without talking about bringing the other people in, it creates pearls among swine of everybody that has access to your bridge building. How many bridges you say you got built with the Bay? Active bridges. Actually, bridges, period.
I mean, my entire life's there.
Exactly. So that means you have how many bridges? 90% of your bridges is there, right? Probably like 94 or 95%. So whenever we cross a bridge here, one of our bridges, right? And you drop into your family's vibration, you're actively walking our bridges to their bridges and making the connections intentionally, unintentionally. I've just shared with you. That's why this moment of exchange, and that's why you wanted to come at my level of the way I communicate my light or whatever. I'm communicating my light right now. I'm shining bright as fucking ever about my family and the nutrients that's given to it. Why are you shining so bright, mindset? Oh, because we got dark forces that want to come around. Awesome. We like dark forces. Now let's see how we handle these dark forces together. Okay, let's do the MOI shit. Yeah. That's why I'm like, yo, you want to talk about what this morning? I want to talk about the MOI and the boot camp of us. I need you to get in. I need you to get in line with two or three of the other vibrations so that you could get your shit checked because you're not getting your shit checked. And when we check your shit, you're not a fan of it. You don't have anybody to hold you accountable. You feel me? Who's out? Who's feminine frequency, younger or older, holding you accountable?
I mean, this is the goldfish thing, right? Like, people are the people that were in my world. They don't have the space and capacity to hold me accountable.
So in that, no one is the answer.
They don't have the space and capacity.
So the answer is no one, right? So because my world is bigger, we want to
no
put.
one can hold me accountable.
Oh my God. No, it doesn't work like that. That's why we brought up the 5 elements. You got to have mentors and mentees. You have to have students. The baby's holding you accountable. Whatever children you're working with holding you accountable. KJ's holding me accountable. Leo's holding me accountable. Juno's holding me accountable. My cousin's trying to hold me accountable. My mom holding me accountable. Like, these people are out of our vibrational escrow, but they still hold us accountable because they keep checking in on our vibrations when they need to. And now it's time to get them to intentionally be in accountability partners with us so that we can all check on each other effectively. And this conversation got derailed and went way away from the 5 people that are these bridges that are way away from your bridges. And we went back to your bridges. Because we have to establish accountability circle. The accountability core that goes along with what we're doing right now. Like, you went in on this meeting just because I called out that you're manifesting and you're projecting for the people that you got all your bridges with. That's all I did was call that out, and you like, no, I'm only doing it for this mission. No, you're not. You can't when 90% of your bridges is over there.
The mission. The mission.
The missions, because everyone ain't on the mission. Like I told you, you just did it again. You did the exact same thing that you did like 30 minutes ago.
But they are because we're quantum.
No, they're not. They're not right now. I just put out a date of 10 years. And the fact that you keep thinking that we're on the same mission, we're all not on the same mission. My mission is very different from a lot of people's mission. And my mission is the highest of the missions. There's an infinite amount of missions that's going on right now. And because you're love and light and your avatar,
I'm just thinking about it from my mission's perspective. Speak freely. Like, I have these connections with the Bay, so yes, like, my intention is to create a space where these councils can happen. I am thinking about my people.
yep, and that is where we step up and shine our light and be like, nah, not right now. And you like, you can't tell me to do that. Most of my connections, no, I'm just telling you to focus on the mission at hand.
And my mission at hand, like, what I'm doing is I'm manifesting the next steps for.
I'm talking about this mission at hand. Like I said,
yes, right now we're manifesting this group, this networking group, right? People are coming together. We're having people come together and communicate. The next step is to lead them to an event. And then after that, like, I'm putting together these pieces. I'm seeing a large perspective of things and putting it together on a map. That's what I'm saying my power is. And you misconstrued it to a whole nother thing.
Misconstrued it or just observe what it's been for the past year. Like I'm watching how
You're calling, like,
I called it what?
As much as there's it's all of it, right? It's like you're calling in all of this vengeance and stuff that
Like
you have.
that's not the only thing that I'm calling in. I'm just calling in accessibility to our energy.
Because of the fact that I trigger you, there's a lot of things.
The fact that we did a portal last year around this time and it's in the triggering status. I'm talking about the people, places, and things that are thinking about us. And if we thinking about what we're doing with our business, like I said, I'm manifesting right now for the people over here, and I'm manifesting for what we got.
I'm also manifesting.
You're manifesting for it all right now. That's what I'm telling you. You put out. You started going down the white rabbit hole.
This is what I need to do, and this is what you're failing to understand. Like, it's fine that you don't get it. I don't need you to. But what I need to do is create structure for the general thing so I can just be reapplied over and over again as we go into this community, into that community.
And I tell you that structure for the general thing is going to deplete your energy if you don't have people that you can feed off of from that vibrational area, because you're letting everybody feed off you. And I'm like, nah, they feeding off my family. And I'm like, no, like, I know what I'm talking about. I hear what the fuck you saying. Like, I've done business. You're saying the same thing JDL said.
Create structure?
You creating a structure that's wrapped around what Speak Freely is doing with their already made network that's not making their network with you. The people, places, and things that are out in the Bay that aren't actively engaging with us, but you're allowing them to feed off of the vibration. Like I said, I had that ending moment with the JDL for an intentional reason. And we're engaging right now. Our meeting was done. This was supposed to be just a recap. And it went into a whole different other tangent because you're trying to get me to understand you. And I'm telling you, I'm not there right now. I'm in Mac mode. I'm in pimp mode. And you should understand.
But I get that, but that's blocking my process.
Like, that's the same thing JDL said. Me having a baby blocks their process. Then find a way to engage with Max and pimps that aren't afraid to fucking be their Max and pimp self. Because what you're saying is that I have to be a certain way in order to engage with you. And I'm like, we're going through boot camp. Let's see how you go through this boot camp. I'm telling you, everything we desire as we roll out these next. I'm not rolling out web pages and podcast shows if you're not on the process. If you're not on the agreement that we're engaged with, that we have a heavy influence on, I'm good on that. Because then you manifesting with our energy and our projects and our ideas for everybody and their mama. And I'm like, that's ineffective. Just like how you think it's ineffective for me not to shine my light lower. You think it's ineffective for me to do that. You don't see how it plays a part in my algorithm. I'm letting you know what you're doing and manifesting is ineffective for manifesting a project. But it's cool though. Us keep pointing out what people are effective or ineffective is. It's cool because we just manifest more of that. But you keep telling me my process on how I calibrate the energies that come into our cipher, and you take it personal. And I'm letting you know, like, you're directly coming at how I am as a person and want to tie it into people, places, and things that you're familiar with, and how I should be, and how I should shine my light, and how I should be a parent, and how I should be a professional, and how I should be a shaman.
But you do the same thing to other people.
All the time, because so I'm really good at it, and I know when people are doing it to me. Like, so do you do that all
So
the time to
what-
people? Do
so-
you do that all the time to people? Because if I do it all the time to people, and I'm a generator and you're a projector, do you do that all the time to people?
Obviously, but you negate it when it comes like
I negate your pre-programmed. I don't negate all of it. Like I told you, all I negated in your communication is how you're manifesting for your mom and dad and your uncles, how you're feeling the I just did a death wish on my family, so I gotta send them some love. Like, and I'm gonna let them take from our bank right now, but I'm gonna do it in a passive aggressive way and try to act like I'm not doing it. I'm just doing this for the mission. Like I said, I've listened to you talk and say our words and our esoteric shit, and I'm like, I don't believe all of them. And my lack of believing them is because you don't really believe them, and I hear the sounds that go with them. So it's like I said, man, I don't. I'm 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 really like, it's so interesting right now watching the more I take up my space back. And when I take up my space back from your 90% of bridges, how many that has a toll that I gotta pay? And the toll is getting us calibrated to from rejection to like, I'm not here to understand you. I'm here to we have an overstanding. If you got an overstanding of you doing why you're doing it, and my sound that I'm saying gives you add or take away, and you want to focus on defending whatever you're doing versus taking it and moving how you want, that's cool. That's perfectly fine. You put all that energy into the people, places, and things we got to communicate with. I told you, I'm not here. I'm not here to. I'm not here to unconditionally love you. That's for you to do it yourself. I'm here to be myself. And while I'm being myself around my people, places, and things, you're being yourself too. When another character get added to it, like we spiked once Juno and Chris came back here, and we started to engage with them because we let our family shit in. But that's you speaking, because when you were speaking to my energy was when we was meditating, you were speaking to Juno's subconscious too, and they sleep. So it's like hypnosis. So it's like I said, I watch you program and move this house around, and I appreciate it what you've done. And I'm here. I'm here to be. And if you want to keep giving me resistance on the things that we are producing for our family, cool. It just shows me the resistance in everything that we have going on. You crushed it, homie. You're like, I love the way that the baby engages with you. It's because I engage with me very well. Great session.